Building housing developments in rural villages can be divisive. One of the tasks of Stafford and Rural Homes is to balance the conservation of the countryside with building affordable new homes in order to keep communities thriving. Jonathan Gibson visited the team to find out how their work with local people provides solutions that work for everyone.
Everyone needs a place they can comfortably call home. But how do you deliver? For Stafford and Rural Homes, it's all about supporting communities.
In the rural communities, it's very much about housing being so far away from people's affordability that we need to find different solutions. In the towns, it's much more about bringing people into work or bringing people into supported living. What we're trying to do is create housing that's very high standard, very good quality, very attractive. And then when we get the buy-in from the community, because the housing looks great, and then we provide the services and support that people need to make them live successfully in that housing, it achieves a really good, balanced community.
St Peter's View in Hixon is an example of the policy in practice. Like many rural communities, the village faced a housing shortage, so Stafford and Rural Homes worked with the community to develop a solution.
What was identified within the village of Hixon is that there was a requirement for 5 rented properties, 2 for shared ownership. What we'd then do is bring in a housing enabler to work with the parish council, and we'd do a survey to everybody within the parish asking them what their current housing needs and what they think their future housing needs are.
St Peter's View is a rural exception site. This was greenbelt land, so getting buy-in from local people was going to be important.
We take real pride in our developments, and we want to show everyone, even though there is sometimes a view on affordable housing, that it is part of the overall stock and it's of excellent quality and excellent build as well.
But developments like this one aren't just providing much needed housing in rural areas. They're helping to keep communities like Hixon sustainable for the future, a place where people of all ages can still afford to live.
It's not about what's happening in your community today, but what might be happening in your community in the next 10, 15 years.
New development is just one of the ways Stafford and Rural Homes is addressing the housing crisis. These homes for rent were built in the 1970s, but have recently been refurbished to meet modern-day expectations.
What's really important to Stafford and Rural Homes is to invest in the property that we've already got. It's key for us to make sure that we're creating communities where our customers want to live, work and grow, and part of that is through regeneration, part of that is through the support that we provide when people are in their homes. So our Total Place programme here at Penkside is a great example of where we've invested in our properties, brought them up to an amazing standard and created a community that people are proud to live in and they want to be a part of. We invest really heavily in health and well-being. So we have our Be Connected service, which is very much aimed at reducing loneliness and isolation in the community.
When Heather moved to Stafford, she felt isolated and lonely, but thanks to initiatives like Be Connected, is now embedded in community life.
I was depressed and miserable and everything, so I had to get out and do things. And with all this and help of everybody, I met friends and people, and it's been wonderful.
At this development in another part of Stafford, new bungalows will soon replace old. But this is a close-knit community where neighbours have become good friends. So when they relocate, they'll stay together.
We want to create a community where everybody who lives in Stafford Borough can have a house that meets their needs, and our relationship with Stafford and Rural Homes is key to achieving that ambition. We've been able to work in partnership and bring our resources together to create really good quality homes for local people and to keep a community together.
With a clear vision for what it wants to deliver, Stafford and Rural Homes recently achieved second place in the Times Top 100 Not-for-Profit Best Companies to Work For. Its chief executive told me she's proud of her staff.
They have investment in their education, they have investment in the skills and the training. And what we want is for them to be the best that they can be. That's not necessarily the best ever, but the best they can be. That makes a very happy environment to work in.
And still looking to go further.
So we had an ambition to build 600 houses in a 5-year corporate plan by 2021. We've already built 450 of those, so we're going to stretch that now and say that we'll build nearer 850 new houses.
A strategy which is continuing to deliver homes for people in communities they're proud to be a part of.